Yo, not an episode, but Champions League final recap.
Number 3, 2.
How many Champions League finals have we done? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the fourth one.
Okay, here we are once
Yeah.
again.
First fake one, though.
Is the fourth one we've done?
This is our fourth Champions League final, yes.
Fourth Champions League final, fourth different network, still here. Let's go.
Wait a minute. No, two different. No, three.
Damn, it's hot in here.
Fox, Bleacher Report, and now CBS. Yeah. Although I've been watching on the Spanish channels for 2 years now. I watched every Champions League match in this rundown listening to today. I was watching the final listening to Straight White American Jesus podcast.
That's wonderful. Let's continue the recap.
Wait, did you watch on CBS All Access?
Yep.
Do you know who the commentators are? They just like British guys?
No, it's the same British dudes. They just bring them over from. They just grab a feed from England.
They probably just some dude on the street. Hey, you want to commentate this match? Yeah, sure.
No, it's like Martin Tyler and another dude, the same regular two guys. It's always been for like 20 years or whatever.
So like we can't get no opportunity because it's the same damn people get rotated.
Yeah, and it's just the feed they bring from Europe.
This dude, Jeremy St. Louis, left BN and now he's doing stuff at CBS. I'm like, why?
And then that one girl went to ESPN.
Yeah, Kay Murray's at ESPN.
Went to ESPN. Ray Hudson doing some Inter Miami games now. I'm like, geez, band's breaking up.
We over here, huh?
Band's breaking up.
Is mine messing up already?
The band, like. BN.
Oh, the band. Oh, I thought you said band. Yeah, we over here being innovative. But whatever, we ain't gonna get into all that yet. Anyway, let's talk about the Champions League final. Obviously, between PSG and Bayern Munich. If you already know this. What's up?
No,
you over here being kind of weird. If you hide, why don't you wear one of them no arm shirts? I mean the arm showing joints.
Oh, good. We gonna power through.
Okay. Obviously, you probably already know what happened, but you're here for the best recaps in the world. Oh man, off top, Keylor Navas back from injury. Sergio Rico didn't have much to do in his one match, so Keylor Navas was like, "Look, I can do that, so let me just go back."
You didn't do much last game, so I'm sure I can hold that up.
Yeah, I can do that. PSG coming out with a defensive lineup off top, midfield with Ander Herrera, Paredes, and Marquinhos. It's weird starting Ander Herrera. Like, he didn't play pretty much all season, but like I guess we had the whole 4 months off, whatever. So whatever.
And Verratti was like kind of injured, I guess, or come back from injury.
Verratti definitely was not 100% when he came in. You could tell. And your boy, the beater, Kingsley Coman, started ahead of Perisic this match. And let me just say this. If you've been listening and you've heard us refer to Kingsley Coman as the beater, later on, I'm going to say why we're saying that. I'm going to revisit that case. Because we made it a podcast investigation team is out here. But
don't let it slip by.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. So, yeah, we're not being unfair to him.
No. He was being unfair to her.
Yes, and there's some details that people probably don't know. But yeah, Bayern pretty much had the same team except for Perisic was on the bench for Kingsley Coman.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this now, and then we'll revisit it after the – hold on. I was eating peanuts. I got a cough.
This guy is a travesty. Go ahead.
But I muted it, though. I'm going to say this now, and I said it to Caesar earlier, but we'll revisit it after we're finished recapping the match. But in my opinion, this was not the Champions League final that PSG wanted to win, because you want to have a hater-free final. But we're not going to get into that all the way right now, but just keep that in mind. You want to have, as hater as possible, free final. Anyway, let's get into the match. I was actually kind of expecting a Manuel Neuer mistake today. I was like, he busts out a mistake every once in a while. Like, maybe this will be the day. I was wrong.
Yeah. He was like, y'all thought.
He's like, I'm saving offside goals.
Yeah, he stayed in that box that they have. He did not go running around, which is fun. He loves to go out there. I was like, damn, he didn't drift one time today. He didn't go play CDM one time.
He's like, I'm saving offsides goals. Don't play with me today.
Yeah. Yeah, you offsides, you still ain't scoring on me, B. I was like, Jesus. Can't even get an offside. Like, you can't even feel how the ball hits behind the net. You can't even get a test shot.
Nope. It's like in basketball when a dude's trying to shoot the ball, like after the ref blows whistle, somebody
like, come on, dog.
Dwight Howard come like, nope. In the second minute, I put that Bayern was on PSG early. On the 7th minute, I put that Neymar and Mbappe had like no possession basically
At all.
But around the 10th minute, PSG started to get their thing going. In the 15th minute, 2 of Mbappe's shots were blocked by Bayern players. And both of them were like decent shots. I didn't think they were necessarily going to go in, but he got a couple shots off. They just got blocked. 18th minute, Neymar's shot was saved. It was a good save. It was a really good save. I put that PSG was on Bayern's ass now. Bayern was having some trouble with their through passes. Like, they'd be close to the box and like a player's like kind of making that run. And then like, I feel like there was like either like 2 or 3 of the through passes like ended up going out of bounds. They were like too heavy. Gnabry had a couple. It made me feel like maybe Gnabry today was like just a little bit fatigued. Like his legs seemed heavy today. 22nd minute, Lewandowski shot hit off the bar. Ooh, that one was close.
Yeah.
Oh my God, hilarious. Okay, let me just say this. They were showing a little, just the warm-ups before the match, and they're showing Neymar, and he's like kicking the ball with his left foot. And I wondered, I was like, damn, I wonder like what if in the warm-ups if Di Maria like ever kicks the ball with his right foot ever, like even one time in the warm-ups. And then this fool in the 24th minute tried to shoot the ball with his right foot, and it was so bad. Like, it just flew up in the air. I mean, maybe he was doing it to be like, hey, Raheem Sterling, dog, it could happen to anybody.
No, Raheem Sterling was worse than that. But the thing is like, when he shot that, I was like, oh, God. Like, oh, here comes one-footed lefty saving the day per usual. Given we made it endless evidence of what we stated originally in the past, these fools on certain sides of the field, they just really can't get nothing going.
It was hilarious. I thought that Neuer saved it. I thought that Neuer hit it up. Because I'm like, there's no way he could shoot it straight up in the air like that.
that shit came right off his ankle, top of his ankle. That ball hit nothing to the side of his foot. It was straight ankle. It was it looked like those NFL field goals. I'm like, damn, all right.
Yeah. Straight down the middle. In the 25th minute, your boy Jerome Boateng got hurt. Sule came on for him. I text you. I'm like, oh my God, Mbappe and Neymar are about to torch this fool. It's about to be. I was like, Bayern's losing now because Sule is just a big old slow lumbering lumberjack back there.
He is, yeah.
I think we text each other this too. Alphonso Davies got a yellow card. He had like fouled Thilo Kehrer, and we both were saying like Thilo Kehrer was kind of thugging him out a little bit.
A little bit.
like just because Thilo Kehrer is like a lot stronger than him.
Yeah,
so, like,
he was just getting position on him a lot.
Yeah, the physical battle he could do that.
He was muscling for sure. Yeah.
He definitely was. Like, and
Davies also kind of looked a little tired too. He looked kind of like weird sometimes too.
He did look a little bit fatigued. His legs looked a little bit heavy.
Especially last game, he was really doing a lot. I'm like, damn, dog.
Yeah, for sure. I put after that Gnabry's playing bad. 45th minute, PSG almost caught Bayern Munich lacking. I don't know who passed that ball like right to whoever was there, but it was so annoying because Ander Herrera had the shot and then he just like gave it back to Neymar, I think it was, or Mbappe, I can't remember. and they shot it. And it was saved. It was like an easy save for Neuer. But I'm like,
Mbappe shot it, no?
Yeah, I think it was Mbappe. But I'm like, Herrera, shoot the ball, dude. Like, what are you doing, dog? Oh, and then like right before halftime, there was definitely a penalty on Coleman on Kerr. I was like, that is like for me, that's an obvious penalty. Like you're running, getting around a dude, and he's got his hand on your back, and he's like hitting you, and you fall down. Like that's a penalty, dog. Like what's the deal? But the ref didn't want to call it. Going to halftime 0-0. Where did I put this? Oh, it wasn't until around the 60th minute in the second half that I put that Coleman was dogging Thilo Kehrer, just dogging him.
I mean, dog, it was just murderer's row. Like every time he got the ball, he was like, all right, I'm literally just going to go at him. Like I'm going to go right by him. He was doing this. I mean, even a couple times, he was getting Kehrer every single time.
he had Kehrer like falling on the ground.
He was looking. I was looking at him. I was like, damn, I'd rather have him than Mbappe running. Dude, getting it. Like he was looking nice with it. I was like, damn, like yeah, Mbappe, you got moves and stuff, but like Coleman's like clean. Like Coleman got them real slasher moves, like a true winger move.
Yeah. But let's go back to the right after the second half started. I put that Neymar was drawing some fouls. There was a yellow card on Gnabry. Actually, you know what? I'll skip the yellow cards because there was no red cards. In the 57th minute, this is me right here. This is me typical. 57th minute, I put, PSG's about to score. Like, I could feel it. They were, like, getting some possession. Like, Sule got a yellow card. I'm like, they're about to score. 2 minutes later, Kingsley Coman scored. It was a really nice
header, too. Like, what?
It was a really nice cross by Kimmich, who's a very nice crosser.
He's beautiful passes across.
Yeah. He's never gonna leave Bayern ever.
Never. Like that man is born and bred Bayern Bavarian. That guy was even they were showing a picture of Philip Lahm watching the game. You know, Philip Lahm was like, damn, that fool better than me, goddamn.
Philip Lahm's like, I couldn't do that.
Huh?
Like Kimmich takes the corners and the set pieces.
He takes the corners and the set pieces. He runs everywhere. He's doing tackles. He's fouling people. He's not getting called. He's just living it up, dude.
So Kimmich put the cross in.
Yeah.
Floated around. I'm not gonna blame Kehrer all the way, but like you could maybe.
I feel like you can't be giving up backdoor headers though. It's kind of like rule number one in defending, like front headers or like side ones, that kind of just happens because it's a 50-50 ball. But they technically consider the backside post like 80-20 because you have front position on the ball, so you shouldn't give up a backside header.
All right, we're blaming them then.
That's kind of like you gotta blame them for that. Like,
okay,
backside? Nah, dude.
I'm down. He also left him on side too.
Was on skates for like 48 minutes.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing, dude.
Every time the ball here, I'd go. I bet even the coach was like,
dude, he literally there was one play he's like falling on the ground when Coleman crossed it. I'm like,
he crossed it. He's like this, and it's like, yeah. When he's like heads down, I'm like, dog, you can't even keep your back up right. It's like when you're like playing park ball, and there's just this point guard just taking out your homie like every single player. Like Jesus, we gotta switch or something.
Like dog, double team him, dude. Come on, man.
Like I'm not going over there. That dude is too nice. I'm trying to get one more contract before I retire.
Let me just talk about Kingsley Coman real fast. This was about 3 years ago. Kingsley Coman is a admitted beater. He beat up his girlfriend, his baby moms at the time. 2 separate occasions beat her up. He admitted to it, and he admitted the reason. Would y'all like to know? Because she posted something on his Instagram, and he got mad, and he beat her up 2 times. Dog, he was ordered to pay a $5,000 fine. He never went to jail or anything. I mean, maybe he spent like a few minutes. Caesar, I want you to guess the damages he had to pay to her?
I don't want to guess.
Just take a guess in euros.
10,000.
Caesar, you're gonna look this up after. You're gonna think I'm cap. He had to pay €1. No cap. One in damages to her. Oh yeah. One. So apparently in France they're not really protecting women that much.
Fuck no. €1?
I don't really know their situation, but
Jesus, that's actually demeaning.
she did carry his child. What's the name? But yeah. Oh, also after that, they were showing Perisic kind of like celebrating Koeman's goal. I think Koeman and Perisic are related.
Please stop. Let's continue. Please.
I think they're related.
Please stop. Please stop. Let's go.
Is that really that unbelievable?
That's literally. I'm just. I can't. Go ahead. Maybe
Okay.
in-laws at the most. Go ahead.
Maybe what?
In-laws at the most. Perisic can definitely come to the cookout. That's as much I'll say.
Okay.
He definitely might already be at the cookout before me. That's how Perisic is.
That hair, dog.
That hair curlier than mine.
He ain't playing. Okay, after that 63rd minute, Thiago Silva cleared a goal. Kind of like a similar situation to the goal that Koeman scored. It was crossed in. I think it was like header down. Somebody got a foot to it or something like that, but Thiago Silva cleared it. 65th minute, your boy Verratti came on for Paredes. Then after that, Perisic and Coutinho came on for Koeman and Gnabry. There was a really nice save by Manuel Neuer on a Marquinhos shot. Let's skip some of this stuff. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot to say, did I forget to write that down? Oh, I did. They were showing your boy Icardi on that bench. I was like, damn, why is Icardi got on? Oh, wait a minute. Did Choupo come on yet? Oh yeah, in the 80th minute, Choupo-Moting came on for Di Maria. They're showing your boy Icardi on the bench with a sweater on. I'm like, oh my God, dog.
You're not playing, homie.
I'm like, you haven't even warmed up yet. How trash are you?
You're not getting in the game. We're not letting you in the game.
There's no
that match. You're not allowed to play.
There's no even excuse. Like nobody could be like, oh, it's tactical. Oh, well, yeah, it could be tactical to not start him. But to put in Choupo-Moting before you put in Icardi, who you just signed on a permanent deal from Inter, doggy, that means he's garbage, dude.
They were like, we regret this.
Oh yeah, they should. I mean, but like, I'm not cutting slack. He's been playing like that his whole time there.
Yeah.
And also, if he had played well against Atalanta, if he played well, he would be starting.
Oh yeah, he played like trash though.
Oh.
Sucking up air, and you don't get to play, dude. That's really how it goes, honestly.
They showed him on the bench twice. It was hilarious.
Love it. Zoom in more.
At
first I thought when they were showing the bench, I was like, that Paredes? I'm like, no, that's Icardi. That's Icardi there with tatted up on the bench kicking it.
Literally with the long sleeves on.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not playing today, homie.
At all.
You should have been wearing jeans.
Seriously, he should have watched it with me. There was in the 90th +2, there was it was really close for PSG. I think Mbappe shot the ball. I can't remember, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was like, that was a penalty on Lewandowski. Like right before that, Thilo Kehrer fouled him in the box. He didn't touch the ball or nothing.
No, penalty.
I was like, what in the world? This is such an obvious penalty.
The ref was pointing at it like it was clean. I'm like, what the hell are you watching?
Like not even. I mean, like.
And they were just talking earlier on a foul that Mbappe did. I mean, Neymar did. Like, oh, anytime you foul somebody from behind, you get in front of them, it's a penalty or whatever. It's a foul. Kehrer just did that to him, and he called nothing. He literally went in front of him from the back and didn't even touch the ball. Got all body. That's a penalty. Even if he didn't touch anything, you already obstructed this man's movement in the penalty box. That's a penalty, homie.
With his hand on his shoulder.
Yeah. There was a lot of arm dragging today. It was really pissing me off. That's one of the things I hate more than playing is like get your arms and all that off of me. Like the arm dragging and stuff, that's really irritating.
You ain't out there. Why you care?
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to do that to you next time.
See what happens.
I don't foul people. I mean, unless it's an accident.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Me too.
The game ended 1-0. There was only like three. I think PSG had 3 shots on target and Bayern only had 2 or something like that. It was definitely a good match. Like, it's a good matchup. Like, both teams definitely have a lot of talent, but Bayern is just better, huh?
Yeah, it was. They definitely like they offset each other. Both teams couldn't beat each other in speed really. Like
No.
they both are really fast. Like the commentators kept talking about how great PSG's counter is, but I'm like, I mean, if you're noticing in the match, like Bayern's just as fast at recovering off counters and countering themselves. So when that's happening, unless you have teams that are opposite, like Atalanta, and Bayern or something like that, that's opposite speed. Like that's why PSG had the advantage over Atalanta. Like they had the speed on it than what Atalanta does, and especially when they took out Maxi Gomez. Like you're taking out a lot of speed off your team. So I thought the big change, I thought actually the negative part for PSG was when Bernat came off. I thought that was going to be bad for them because I thought Bernat was playing really well. I thought he did really good in that position. And all I could think about to myself is, man, like, you know what I thought would be a really good pickup for PSG? That'd be cool if he gets loaned out again. PSG should pick up Odriozola. That'd be cool. He'd be a good addition to the team. A right back over there. Odriozola.
Well, we talked about like who should the teams pick up. I don't think I mentioned Odriozola. I mentioned other right backs. I think I mentioned Semedo and maybe somebody else.
Semedo would be really good. Like,
I mean, maybe not after that Bayern match.
He's trying to bulk because he's trying to become a center back. He's like over his fullback life. If that's his goal, maybe he was told that next season the opportunity for center backs going to open up for you. Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's some discussion because he does look a lot bigger from the first time I saw him too. That could be what he's doing. If that's the case at right back, they need to do something. I think that PSG would be a exponentially even better team if they had somebody who's similar to Bernat on the other side of the field, because you want to have that skill set of being small, fast, and having good ability going forward on both sides of the field. And like some of the frustrating things is that you're limiting taking advantage of situations where good players like Di Maria can expose a team when you have a guy like I can't say his name, Kerr, whatever. Whoever puts an H and 2 R's in a name, like, I hate you. Yeah, I mean, Carrera, better than Carrera. Better than Carrera.
You sleepy, dog.
If Carrera is out there giving up those terrible passes, then you're gonna miss opportunities to score.
Who I put was Nelson Semedo and Ricardo Pereira.
Yeah, but also I think Odriozola would be a good option too. I don't know.
I like Odriozola.
But Odriozola's a baller, and he rode that pine over there at Bayern this year. So
I like Odriozola. I haven't seen him play in a while. He did break Perisic's leg or something like that. But
he's not finished right now. That's why he's not playing.
Yeah, I just haven't seen him play in a while. But from what I remember, like he was good.
He's a baller. He's good, and he has amazing hair.
I think I mean I'm gonna be honest. I think Semedo or Ricardo Pereira would be better.
Those are. I just think Odriozola's like that's a cheaper, I guess, investment because he's like he also has so much upside to develop. Like that's a good like long-term guy. Like Semedo, he's good in general. Like that's a solid guy already.
I'm kind of over Semedo now from that Davies thing. I'm like I can't really rock with you after that. But Ricardo Pereira is good. Like he's good.
Pereira's like 33 or something. That dude's been around for a minute.
No, he's not.
Ricardo Pereira's old.
Portuguese Ricardo Pereira used to play. What's it called?
He's been around for ages.
The name is popular, but
he got to be 31 at least.
He's 26, dude. Stop.
Oh, all right. Dude, he seems like he's been around forever. Oh, he got hella teams. That's why he was like on Inter. He's on Leicester. This dude be everywhere. He was like in Galatasaray or something like that too, right? For a little while, he's everywhere.
Caesar, stop. You over here being ridiculous right now. This dude was at Porto, then he went to Nice. That's where I discovered him. And then he's at
Nice. It was Nice.
Yeah. You thinking about Dalbert. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Dalbert neck tattoo. Where's he been doing?
Because remember, Dalbert and Ricardo Pereira were like left and right backs. So
yeah, it was a cool combo.
Yeah. Both gone. Anyway,
Dalbert. Imagine naming your kid Dalbert. Jesus.
Well, he's Brazilian.
Brazil right there.
Neymar was crying after the match. David Alaba was just like hugging Neymar for forever.
It was like at least 9 minutes. I'm like, damn.
Like, y'all are boys like that? What language are you speaking? I was
like, if they pan this camera and he's fools hugging still, even Mbappe, I'm like, why does Mbappe look more adult than both of you? Mbappe just standing there. Neymar deep crying into Alba's sweaty armpits. I'm like, can this just please stop now?
Like, literally.
You don't celebrate your goddamn team. Let this man cry.
Like,
in the first round of the World Cup when he won by one goal. It's okay. He does this.
Like, literally, Mbappe is like by himself and he's like walking away.
And then Mbappe wanted to go over there to kind of get in there, but he's like, this is a lot, and I'm just not in the mood for this.
Neymar was crying into Alaba's. I think Neymar has just an affinity towards black people, like dark-skinned black people. He just like loves them in his heart. So he just like find the closest dark-skinned black person and cry on them. But I'm not ready to call him black yet. But like I remember, like
Bam is over here listen, y'all, on this show. Bam is over here saying Kingsley Coman and Perisic could be related.
No, are
related, and he's not ready to call Neymar black.
Caesar, I did not say the E part, dude. Can you stop? You are tired as hell. Okay, anyway, I do think that because I remember when Idrissa Gueye went to PSG, and I remember like there was like some goal, like Neymar and Idrissa Gueye are celebrating so hard together. I think Neymar loves black people.
He definitely does. It's really. I'll never forget this one. It was Brazil had played a friendly match in Africa. I think it was against Cameroon or something like that. Anytime kids come on the field, Neymar would do a little cute thing. When this little black kid came on the field, Neymar picked him up and like held him. The kid had a phone. He was taking selfies with him in the middle of the field. The police come. He's like pushing the cops away, like holding the baby, smiling. Kids like dancing, like dang. And then the security came. The Cameroonian security came. They're all laughing together. Walking like this dude he's just so at home. UNICEF Neymar over here.
Neymar might
full UNICEF Peace Corps mode, just like that. He's like, I'm down. Like, let's go. He's like with Coutinho. They're like, oh, I'm like, damn, this is just real. He really just loves it, man. But yeah,
Neymar might go play in Angola after his career, after his European.
I mean, he's definitely not playing at Santos ever again. I mean, his Santos heat is to the next level. I never seen a man diss a former club so hard in my life.
Well, also the Santos dude, the president that died, like left like a hate letter to Neymar too.
I think it was all over like 10 mil or something like that too.
He's like, this is my will and this is the hate for Neymar. But for me, the men of the match, I like to give two because like usually there's somebody that's obvious. Like the obvious one is Kingsley Coman, but I kind of want to give Kimmich some love too. Like Kimmich was out there doing his thing.
And finally, he did a good job.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just one of those matches where you see like both teams match up pretty well, but the team that has they have more experience,
a little bit more depth and a little bit better fitness.
They have better players, they have more experience, but I think really it's about having better play. Like I think that match was like you have better quality in the midfield. Like you're starting Ander Herrera and Paredes. Like these are just like players.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, man, like, at a certain point you can see PSG's midfield is just really bad. And it was making – I mean, look, I'm not going to even sit here and try to, like, get on Neymar for some of the ball losing in the second half because, to be honest with you, it's like when you don't have a midfield, they're able to crash the wing so hard. It's like I can only expect him to do so much on these 1-on-2s. And it's not like he had easy – and no one can say, like, oh, make easy pass. There was no easy outlets in those situations. Like, he kind of just had to really get it cracking because that's what he does. So it's either it's going to happen or it's not. And unfortunately, Bayern's a really good team. You know, when you pass one guy, they swarm really well. They're damn – Lewandowski's playing every single position on the field. So it's constantly harassing, poking, grabbing. Like, they played really good. Bayern absolutely deserved this. The result, it was like nothing other than, like, if anything, they could have won by more. Penalties were actually being called out there. PSG could have got one also, but it would have been like 2-1 in penalties.
Also, there was like a time in the second half where like Mbappe I feel like Mbappe hadn't touched the ball for like 7 minutes.
It was a while. You know what it was? It was right before Chupo came in the game. It was like this gap where I was just like, damn, like Mbappe's just out there floating around and it's just not coming to him. You don't have a midfield. When you don't have a midfield, you're not able to create possessions for people up top, no matter how good they are. Like, even out there, think about this. Like, Bayern's a really fast team because Mbappe was not able to get no space, really. He was making runs. He was dribbling, and it was tough out there. Kimmich was D'ing him up, even though he got put on skates that one play. I didn't see. I forgot. I don't think I forgot. It wouldn't stop. You know, they have a lot of speed. I think they do a good job of – they can have someone like that big old slow sloth Sule out there, but then they have people like Alaba out there and Davies and Kimmich who play really good defense and they're fast. Like, so it doesn't matter how big you are, they got speed, and that's what's going to stop you from getting a possession to create something in the first place.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they definitely won the possession battle, and they had a lot more passes than PSG.
They have good midfield, a really good midfield. I mean, damn, they sub out Thiago and they're able to just bring in endless players like Tolisso, Coutinho. I'm like, damn, this team is so deep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, credit to Bayern. But let's get into this aspect. Let me go back. I said, well, we've already been saying for weeks now that this Champions League final it has an asterisk. It's not real. We both agree on that. And I think that also this isn't the final that PSG want to win because PSG gets a lot of hate no matter what. Like, they're one of the more hated teams. It might be the most hated big team, really. And everybody's making the final – like, everybody's just treating this Champions League like it's normal. I mean, from what I've seen. But I think if PSG would have won – then the narrative would have changed like right away. There would have been so many people like, especially like in social media and stuff like that, like, well, like they only won because it was like this. Like, you know, they remember against Barcelona, they messed it up in the second one. Remember against Man U, they messed it up in the second leg. Like, there was going to be a lot of that narrative if PSG would have won this one. And I'm down for PSG to win Champions League. I'm down for Neymar and Mbappe to win it together. That'd be amazing. But I want them to win it when it's like hater proof and as hater proof as possible. Honestly, let's say that this was just a normal Champions League run up. If PSG was playing Bayern in the final, if Lewandowski was injured for the final, they're going to be like, oh, well, see, they didn't have Lewandowski. I'm not saying I wouldn't think that that's an asterisk for PSG. But there would be a lot of that narrative from like a lot of the people that hate PSG. If they would have won this final, I think the narrative would have shifted right away to saying like, oh, like, was it really real? And they didn't have to play second legs. And even the competition wasn't that great. If they would have had to play Atleti, there would have been all that. And which there won't be for Bayern unless there's like, BVB fans, I don't know, like, who hates Bayern, but like,
I'm gonna disagree with you. I think that this loss actually hurts PSG more in the end. Let's kind of take a look at the restart of this tournament. What was PSG's path to the final? They played Atalanta, beat them. Played RB Leipzig, beat them, looked great. They finally play a big club, Bayern, and they lose. So what is that really going to be the narrative telling now? Was PSG really a good team? Or they just get the cupcake tiptoe their way to the final against teams that aren't considered big-time clubs? Atalanta, RB Leipzig, they didn't have to go through Atletico Madrid. They didn't have to go to whoever the hell I thought the beat. I don't know what the hell that was about. Why they got there?
Valencia.
Yeah, they have to go. Valencia, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so they have to do none of that. So they didn't have to do none of that. So if they had won, yes, you can make the argument. Oh, people be like, yeah, well, they won a one-game tournament, but they went and beat the team that beat Barcelona 8-2. They went and beat the team that was the high flyer, exciting team of the whole tournament. That would have been really almost like, well, at least they got that done. But they lost against the only good team they really faced. So to me, the narrative is like, were they really that good in the first place, or they just kind of just get really lucky matchups?
So really, PSG was in a lose-lose situation.
They were in a lose-lose, dog. If they won, it'd be like, damn, you beat a ball-ass club, but you only had to play them one time. Especially if they won 1-0, that'd be like, imagine if it was aggregate. No, and if they lose, they weren't even good in the first place. They beat a bunch of whack teams on the way over there. Neymar's over here dropping boat pictures, talking about I'm the real Red Bull daddy or something like that because they beat RB Leipzig. I'm like, damn, well, that's good you beat RB Leipzig. I bet he doesn't know where Leipzig is on a map. But what about when it comes down to playing Bayern? Like, all right, so.
What about RB Salzburg?
I mean, he was out there really getting it, turning up and missing some shots. But then Bayern, it was like, oof. And same with Mbappe. He came in with all that speed. There was not speed against Bayern. So, I don't know, man. It's looking like it was a lose-lose for the Parisians.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not the players' fault, like whatever. Like, and you gotta play like for the players, you play who's in front of you, and
absolutely.
And like
it's nothing on PSG. Like,
yeah.
PSG's objective is to win regardless. Like, even if the narrative would be, even if they got better off by losing, they need to win that game because. Regardless of what they could always do, but like, yeah, like we have the ring though. Like we still got that trophy in the bag. You can put the asterisk, but they didn't put the asterisk on that trophy. It's sitting there big as hell, chilling. So
they should.
They should give them like a replica one instead, like just like a die cast plastic one. Yeah, like no, like so they kind of had to do their thing regardless, but I mean, we kind of briefly mentioned before, but I didn't think about that. It's until right now. It's a lose-lose for them, dog. Honestly, this episode's called "It was a lose-lose for PSG."
I mean, and like you said, like for the players, whoever's in front of you for the competition, you want to win.
Oh,
and I wouldn't, and like, I mean, I put an asterisk on it, but it's interesting. But like, I can kind of see like people in the media, whatever, not putting it because. You want to validate the tournament because, like, you're reporting on it. Like, you don't.
Absolutely, no, you want to. And I mean, to be fair, like, who knows? An aggregate situation might have benefited PSG because this 1-0 game, they could have made adjustments.
Well, the final is one match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're true. The finals are one match. So, yeah, like, they need it. The objective is to win anyways. And even as a media member, you need to have the approach of, like, they had to do their thing regardless. It's not about like an asterisk. It's about them just getting a dub, you know?
Yeah. If you're the player, you go win and you want to win regardless. Like even if you're playing for like, you know, whatever for a bag of Skittles, like you want to win regardless. But for me, I'm like, yeah, but this isn't the real tournament. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't really think about it like that too. Like, you know, this is the first like real team they played. And honestly, I kind of want to look at even their who did they play? Oh, they played Real Madrid in the group stage.
They beat Real Madrid too.
Yeah, they beat both times, I think, or maybe drew them once. I don't know.
They kind of turned up in group stage, if I remember.
Yeah, they were. I don't think they gave up a goal the entire group stage.
No, they were kind of balling out.
Yeah, so they went from the group stage
from the tournament standpoint. When the tournament stuff started, they kind of like when it got down to it, they had the easier road. You know, like Bayern went through the world beaters.
Yeah, I mean they played
teams.
They played BVB, and then they played.
Yeah, they did beat BVB in a tough two-leg aggregate. That was tough. Holland was going off.
Yeah. Then they got Atalanta, then they got RB Leipzig.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I mean, it was
like when you're talking Champions League roads, I mean, it couldn't get better than getting semifinals RB Leipzig. Are you kidding me? nice, dude. Semifinals is always some ridiculous team. You'd be like, well, we got to play Real Madrid, or why we got to play whoever, or Chelsea or whatever, to be like, oh, we got to go play RB Leipzig. What? All right.
Oh, if it was Real Madrid, they'd be like, oh, they just gave him that.
yeah. If it was like, I'd be like, the draws were like literally cheating.
Yeah. So Bayern played. This is round of 16. So Bayern played round of 16. Chelsea destroyed Chelsea.
I mean, ethered them.
Yeah. I mean, I think the aggregate was 7-1 against Chelsea. Then they got Barcelona, and then they got Lyon. Yeah. And then they got Lyon, but like also
they scored 15 goals in like two rounds.
Yeah. And like,
3 matches, 15 bomb.
3 matches, 15 goals.
15 goals. Holy Jesus, dude. That's
well, no, 16 because Alaba scored.
Because of Dan Alba's goal against Barcelona, they scored 16 goals.
16-2. Chelsea got 1 goal and Barcelona got 1 goal. But and then you could be like, well, I mean, in the semifinal, like whatever. PSG's playing RB Leipzig, Bayern's playing Lyon. Yeah, Lyon is not looked at as a big competition.
They're considered 7th in France too. Like you could say that too. But they did beat Barcelona before that.
Well, but they beat. But Lyon beat Man City 3-1 convincingly, and also like what in the semifinal, like you're not really thinking about that anymore. Like it's just like you play whoever you get. Because like what would be the difference? Bayern playing RB Leipzig and PSG.
Yeah, well, a group stage is different, but like when you get to those semifinals, it's like they had to knock off 2 teams to get here, so they kind of really earned it.
Yeah, exactly.
And realistically, it'd be an aggregate situation, but not really this time.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, PSG, damn dog. Like, did you prove you weren't as good as they were?
It really sucked. They were kind of so hampered. You know, it would have been only fair to see like a full force team. It'd have been nice.
Who? PSG
too. They had some injuries too, right? I mean, Verratti didn't look the same.
But like,
I like Verratti when he plays and he's healthy. He's a really good player.
Yeah, but like I mean, even if it's like regular, like you're planning for an injury or 2. You know what I mean? Like it, like at this stage, like,
these errors are just by their own poor player management.
Yeah. I wouldn't
themselves in the hole getting players like Icardi and not making the proper decisions with Cavani during this off-season stretch. Like that was kind of on their own fault, and it paid in the end. They were like in this tournament, it was a tournament of depth, you know, because you're playing so many days in a row. It's about who can rotate better, and Bayern just had great options no matter who had to come out. They always had a really good option. It wasn't a weakness coming in.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah. So like if there was to be somebody saying like, oh, but they didn't have Verratti, like I'd be like, dude, like you can't say that when you're talking about the road leading up to a final. There's going to be an injury or 2. Like, and Verratti obviously is good, but it's not Neymar, you know, or like Mbappe. Like Mbappe, damn near. Did he risk his career coming back? Like, I mean, I'm still thinking about that damn ankle injury.
I mean, he wasn't really getting off when he came back either. So
and he was.
He didn't score a ton of goals.
I don't think he scored any.
Yeah, so I mean, like. He might have been still injured. Who knows? So we'll see what happens.
I mean, he looked good, but he didn't look like – I mean, he looked good, but I've seen him look better.
Yeah.
But, yes, I mean, kind of a lose-lose situation for PSG in a lot of ways. But like, it's looking good. They made it to a final. Like, that's a first. And
they did the final. Did it – it almost, like, in a way makes – their moves they did worth it in the end, because no matter what they did in the past, sure they spent a lot of money to keep Mbappe off that loan, and sure they spent a ton of money to get Neymar. They got to a Champions League final. You know, they did it. They've won the French league every time since then. They keep doing their thing, and that's what's important. You know, you wanna at least show in the Europa and Champions League, like, what is the result of your spending, and there it is right there. I mean, they made it to the final, and they didn't get squashed like Chelsea and Barcelona. They lost 1-0. Respectable loss. You know, they did what they could, and both teams played their best, and, you know, that's just what it is.
Yeah, and also, you know, like if nobody leaves, like if they don't if nobody forced themselves out or like forced to sell anybody, like they should be able to improve the team, especially after going to a Champions League final. And yeah, it looks good for the next season. Like, and this is the first time Neymar's been healthy in a Champions League campaign. I mean, granted, yeah, there's a long break in the Champions League campaign. But yeah, like, I mean, you could say to yourself, well, look, in the Champions League when we have Neymar, like we're dangerous.
Yeah.
Because the other 2 times, I guess it's 2 times they didn't have Neymar, and they went out round of 16. So
yeah, he's clearly needed.
yeah, I mean, Barcelona had all their players. They had Messi, Luis Suarez, and Griezmann. They didn't have no injuries, and they got
all them fools was running around.
Yeah, they got 8. They got 8 goals put on them. So at least that's something for Neymar too. Like, well, damn, at least I ain't there.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, so we'll still have an episode coming up this week. There's still a lot to talk about. Definitely want to talk about this week the option potentially for a one match knockouts in Champions League and Europa League. We'll definitely get into that because I have some things to say.
Yeah, well, that'd be exciting to talk about.
Yeah, hopefully Caesar can catch a nap right now.
Nope.
And well, you need one, buddy.
I get to determine it. Thanks, though.
I can determine it.
Okay. I'm the captain of this ship.
But yeah, we made a podcast. Should we name the episode Lose-Lose Situation?
Yeah, that's a good name.
All right. We'll just put Bayern.
We'll put a picture of Neymar crying for 14 minutes.
Oh, no, I can't do it. I can't do it, dog.
You can't do that, though. Okay.
Huh?
Everything else you're done. Then it's too much.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to do that to your boy Neymar. I don't know if he's. I don't know if I don't want to do it.
You almost said it again. Let's please stop.
I was saying I don't know if I want to do that because he might be black or not, but he was crying in a black person's arms. Anyway, we made a podcast. Make sure you're subscribed and holler.